Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in Philippines with the truth. I want you to just listen to this. I want to thank all my subscribers for stopping by my channel, all my visitors, all my commenters, well-wishers. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, share, and like. But right now, we're in the process of a very heavy rainfall. That's why I want you to hear the rain coming down. And I might be the first blogger being electrocuted while bringing you his latest video. But boy, I'm telling you, it was coming down. It was coming down so hard that Luna, the small dog, she was just, this was her first thunderstorm. So she's just running all up and down the house and got tangled up in all my cords with my my computer, and I'm like this. And one thing about the Philippines is that they make some hell of a floors. I don't know what kind of material they make it out of, but these floors are solid, almost stuff-proof and everything, man. I'm telling you, these floors are dying old man. So anyway, of course it's in the G hour of the morning. It's just a little after 3 o'clock. And our Just Say No segment just occurred. You know, so I wanted the videotape and she said, no. But anyway, that would brings me a question. How many of you Filipinas will make a sex video with your man? What the Filipinos do that? You know, I don't know. You know, I know they'll let you take pictures because I've taken pictures of a lot of them. You know, but and as a matter of fact, I have done some videos now that I think about it. You know, I have to go back to my file and reminisce, I guess. You know, but anyway, you know, so we were going to go to 7-Eleven this morning. I wanted to do an on-location video for you, but after we finished and had a cup of coffee, it just started coming down. You know, we could see on the CCTV camera that it was raining, but when we stepped outside, we had no idea it was raining that much. It was raining so much we had to bring the puppies, the little puppies, from outside inside. You know, just for, you know, just for safekeeping, I guess you might say. But anyway. You know, my question still stands, you know, but other than that, you know, the Philippines, just listen. It rains real hard in town. And right now it's 3 o'clock, but I bet you by 5 o'clock, this all be dry. It evaporates unless it continues rain that long, but normally the rain just kind of, you know, it looks like it's never rained at all, you know, but, you know. So, what shall we talk about today? Let's talk about when you're having a conflict in your family, and you need to resolve it. Having a language barrier can be a problem. You know, especially when you have, you know, a number of people living in your house. And you are the primary care provider. And although you've been letting it go on for years and years, and now you want to say, look, time out, and no one's time out. So at that time, my suggestion was, look, you need to have a house meeting. Just like when you do in a community household or whatever, you know, it's time when all of the asses come together and air their grievances, you know, and try to get things back on track. because the way it's going now is heading right into a wall, and it doesn't look like there'll be very many survivors. So anyway, so you have to be careful in the Philippines who you let in your household. So and who you are going to make a commit. It's a simple equation. Everybody has a part to play. If you're going to stay here, what I used to do, I've lived with a lot of people. As I travel about, I make an invitation to stay here at someone's house. Yo, Gerard, if you come into this state, come to me. Or Gerard, while you're here, come in, you can stay with me, or whatever, until I get my footing and branch out on my own. So now it becomes a turning point in my head. What's my contribution to this household while I'm staying here? What it is that I can do to show my appreciation that will benefit everybody. And my contribution was, in my mind, very simple. It is so important that you wake up with a clean kitchen. And that was my contribution. Because I got up early, and usually at nighttime, everybody just finishes and go to bed. There's usually a sink full of dishes and all this stuff. So every morning, my contribution was to make sure that each day was started with a new kitchen. And this would exempt me from whatever going on in the house or whatever needs to be done or whatever. And it was appreciated. It was apprecited. Gerard, thanks for cleaning. Yeah, that's the least I can do for letting me stay here at your house and contributing to your household. I say that because, having that type of, way of all to be able to do something to contribute to the household. If you're not contributing money or what have you, it's not something that it's not in the gene pool here. It's mostly that, okay, what can I get for me? And that gets pretty old after a while. But anyway, that's my suggestion, is have a house meeting and kind of air your grievances. Now here in the Philippines, you can't speak the language. You can't really let it know what's on your mind. And you really can't say nothing, or you say something and it be understood because they don't understand you. So that adds to a lot of your frustration and a lot of your whatever. Look, he's getting another plate of food. Here comes another one with a dirty fork. So anyway, be that as it may, you gotta find some way to, even if it's just you and your partner or your wife, and things are kind of bumping on the walls instead of going forward. One thing that I always like to do, I like to have a morning sit down. A morning sit down with a cup of coffee, and say, okay, what's going on? What's your plan for today? What are you going to do? What's going on with us? Is everything okay? And these talks are very important because you don't let anything that is bothering you fester to the point to where is that, you are, get to the point where you're going to explode, or she explodes. Or, I told you the story about, I'm a stickler. I wake up with a smile on my face, with bells on my toes, and a ting-ting-a-ding, ting-ting-a-ding, ting-ting, in my step. Because I'm a happy person. So it's sometimes being with someone who wakes up, who wakes up not so happy, I'll say. or you can't get a smile or something like this. It's like, wow, yeah, you know, you know, and then I got to the point where I said, look, I'm not gonna go there. Ching ching ding, ching ching ding, ching ching through. I'm happy as I can be, and I hope you are too. I just added that, but that's how I feel, man. If every day above ground is a good day, you know. So it's what you make of it that that holds the key, So anyway, oh yeah, we got housekeepers. When I first moved here, about going on 3 years this October, they had caretakers. The owner had a caretaker who cleaned the house, two of them. And so, in fact, if you look at my very first video, me with the Jeep coming down and them opening up the gate, you'll see them. Those are two. They're called Lynn and Win-Win. And, they clean the house, And then I would inspect the house like I did when I walk around and say, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. But they knew everything about the house, It's always good if you can have someone who's familiar with the house, to take care of the house. So they did a terrific job. They cleaned the house. They did everything for me. They called. They literally took care of me. And they wore the proper uniform. And I'll leave it at that. And there were times when I see them like wearing the same clothes and all this stuff. I said, look, come on. I said, let me take you shopping. Let me take you to a store. They have these stores that sell clothes. So I took her to one of these stores and clothes, But sometimes when I'm driving, I pass stores. And then, I always say, wow, I like to go in there. I like to go in there like that. And so I passed one of these stores that, I wanted to stop and have them pick up some clothes. And so we walked in there. I let each pick up like about 3 outfits each, 3 outfits that I like to see them work in. It was nice and everything. And then I said, wait a minute. Some time passed. I said, I haven't seen any of the clothes but you haven't worn any of them to work. Oh no, sir. We're gonna wear them to church. I said, to church. Well, I'm gonna put a little altar right here. This means now your church. But God bless him. I said, okay, it's quite all right, And then and so I let that be. I let it go at that, and just let them wear what they wanted to wear in the confines of a uniform that was laid out for them. And within the confines of that uniform was no bra. Now the reason I said that and asked for that because to me, I don't think a Filipina is comfortable with clothes on. I see them work around their homes, I see them working comfortably. So to me, that lets me know that they're comfortable, that they're working, that they're doing, the work that they do and comfortably. I'll leave it at that. They got me though. They started wearing their little son's t-shirts, but it's okay. But that was within the confines of the uniform that I wanted them to wear. Now this time around, I don't ask for that, for obvious reasons, I guess. They know what the deal is, so it's up to them to make that decision on how they want to work. And it was good. So anyway, it got to the point where that now I have me and school starting. I can't remember exactly the reason was. Lynn, the leader of the pack. We want more money. I got no problem paying them what they want, none whatsoever. So anyway, and then there was some problems. They had things they had to do, and And when one was out, the other one would work. When one would work, the other one may be out, and it's fine. It's fine as long as the work gets done. So the school started. I guess this was like after COVID or something like that, or whatever, or before them. So anyway, school had beginning to start, and so they could no longer work. So this is what led us on a quest to find a new housekeeper. And we went through the mill. We found a couple and tried out a couple, and I had enjoyed watching a couple of them work. So one of those type of things. But we couldn't find anybody. So of course, with the increase in salary that we offered, the other day of course they live close by. They live like right across the street, across the road, and they came over eating like this, and and it came up that they would work that day, and so they helped me out that day, and eventually they had decided that that they would come back to work here, and I'm very grateful for that because I wanted to get people vetted by the police department to make sure that they didn't have a criminal record or there wasn't a problem with them. One time I was in Cebu, and this one woman who was notorious for matchmaking and finding everything upon her knees, and turned out that she was she was a wanted woman. So I know the importance of having people checked out, and because I don't have a lot of baggages, but what I have, if I can avoid having it disappear, then I'm going to do everything I can to prevent that from happening. But they are back to work with us, and we're very happy. They had their first day, and let me tell you, I mean, to watch them work, to see them work, without having to tell them what needs to be done, it's just a joy. Mia is laying down in the bed now. She's taking breaks, and her and I are able to spend a little more time together, which is what her having a housekeeper is all about. It's not just cleaning the house. It's about giving her time, for her to have me time, for us to have our time, and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful knowing that she has some steady help with her now to help her clean the house. So anyway, so I'm gonna stop right here and oh yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Calvin Sunshine Shoulders, who was recently in a bus accident. In fact, me and I were on our way home from Dumaguete on one of those series bus, and we saw the aftermath of the bus accident that he was on. But I'm glad to know that he's okay, and it's unfortunate there's no one you can sue. To my understanding, the driver had fell asleep, while driving, and this is right by Tempe Ferry where we live. We live about 7 minutes away, so we're always passing it. So we've seen some horrendous accidents there, man. I mean, man, my God, not only there but in the Philippines, I mean, I don't even want to describe them because sometimes they're just too graphic. To really, I even got some pictures I've taken off of our Facebook, to hold and what have you. But anyway, shout out to him and his family, and I'm glad he's okay. So remember, this is Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the truth. Let me see. Rain is ceasing. See, now it's like a joke shirt. Dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the other, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I hope you're living good today. And living your best life. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Hollywood's former lead singer of Temptation One Song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, never say no, and make them feel like a king. And I'll always love you more. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Gerard. is a very nice and a very kind and good boss.
Wow, she said that. That's right. Wait, Lynn, tell me. What do you think about foreigners?
Foreigners, sir, I've known them as usually they're not really they're not like us Filipinos. They're somewhat different. But you, sir, is I find it you're just like you're one of us, one of the Filipinos, and
That's a very good compliment for thinking like that. Thank you, Lynn. Win, let me introduce you to Win, my other housekeeper. As you notice, they're all in their uniforms. My uniform is simply no bras. I'm in the Philippines, and that's good. Come here, Win. Come here, Win. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Wing, one of Sir Gerard's worker.
Yeah. So, am I a good boss?
Yeah, very nice boss.
Yeah.
He's have a good heart, very good person.
Well, you can't get a better compliment than your workers, unless you're paying them. So what do you think about foreigners? You think foreigners are good or
For me, farm is
good?
good. Yeah,
Very
for,
good.
especially Filipino.
Okay. Okay, Lynn Wayne, thank you very much. Okay.